Welcome to Lit with Ernest, where we cut through the noise and get to the heart of what makes great literature tick. Today, we're talking about F. Scott Fitzgerald, a man who embodied the Jazz Age, but also critiqued its excesses. Fitzgerald's life was a complex web of contradictions. He was a product of the American Midwest, yet he became synonymous with the glamour of New York City and the French Riviera. Born on September 24, 1896, in St. Paul, Minnesota, Fitzgerald grew up in a middle-class family that valued education and literature. His early life was marked by a sense of insecurity and longing for social status, which would later become themes in his writing. He attended Princeton University, where he began to develop his writing skills and became friends with future writers like Edmund Wilson. Fitzgerald's entry into the literary world was swift and decisive. His first novel, This Side of Paradise, published in 1920, was a commercial success, and it established him as a rising star in the literary scene. The novel's protagonist, Amory Blaine, was a semi-autobiographical character who embodied Fitzgerald's own aspirations and disillusionments. The Roaring Twenties were Fitzgerald's playground, and he reveled in the excesses of the era. He became friends with writers like Ernest Hemingway, Gertrude Stein, and Dorothy Parker, and together they formed a coterie of literary innovators. Fitzgerald's short stories, published in magazines like the Saturday Evening Post and Harper's Bazaar, showcased his mastery of language and his ability to capture the essence of the American experience. One of Fitzgerald's most famous works is The Great Gatsby, published in 1925. This novel is a scathing critique of the American dream, which promises equality and opportunity, but often delivers inequality and disillusionment instead. Through the eyes of Nick Carraway, the narrator, we see the darker aspects of human nature: greed, superficiality, and desperation. But we also see moments of beauty, transcendence, and connection. Fitzgerald's personal life was marked by turmoil and tragedy. His wife, Zelda, struggled with mental illness, and their marriage was fraught with tension and infidelity. Fitzgerald's own struggles with alcoholism and self-destructive tendencies ultimately led to his downfall. He died on December 21, 1940, at the age of 44, a victim of his own excesses. His work has influenced generations of authors, from Ernest Hemingway to Jonathan Franzen. His writing is characterized by its lyricism, its attention to detail, and its ability to capture the essence of the human experience. Fitzgerald's legacy is complex, to say the least. He's often credited with capturing the essence of the Jazz Age, but his work also critiques the excesses of that era. He's a writer who gets under your skin, who makes you feel the weight of human suffering and the beauty of human connection. As I always say, good literature is like a well-crafted hunting rifle. It should be simple, elegant, and deadly accurate. Fitzgerald's writing may not always be easy to read, but it's always honest, always unflinching. That's all for today's Lit with Ernest. Like this episode if it hit true. Share it if you respect honest talk about books. Subscribe because we'll do this again. This is Ernest, signing off.